What's up, friends and family? Welcome back to the Highly Emotional Podcast. If you're looking for light, you're looking for love, you're looking for God, you're searching for answers, then this podcast is for you. So recently, we just hit over 10K followers on Instagram. I just want to say thank you for the support. Um, Two of our reels then surpassed over a million views and a lot of likes and comments and stuff like that. And I just want to say thank you and I appreciate you for sharing this journey with me. Um, and like the past episodes I've been having guests and stuff like that. And I noticed that a lot of people, they like the guests and stuff like that, but some people are searching for that individuality of episodes of me by myself. And I just wanted to touch on, some of the things that I feel like people are searching for. And this episode, to be honest, I didn't know what I was going to talk about because I didn't want it to be forced. But then it came to me and I started thinking about my spiritual identity. And I also started thinking about like my emotions. A lot of times, and I know I say a lot of times, and I say I feel like and whatnot, but to be honest, I feel a lot of things. And I've been this way since I was a child. I've been emotional. I always try to fight my emotions. I always thought it was wrong to be emotional or it was weak. And I realized that that's my strength, is to be able to feel the empathy of others or the emotions of others and be empathic in nature. My emotions, sometimes they have gotten the best of me. Before, I didn't want to be able to speak about my emotions because I was afraid of how people were gonna how people were gonna judge me or make it seem that I'm weak. And I realized that to be a man, I gotta be real with myself. I gotta be real with my emotions. A lot of times I don't know what I'm doing with my life. A lot of times I don't know where I'm going. A lot of times I'm afraid. But it's beautiful because I can admit to those emotions. Searching within, trying to understand myself every step that I take, every day that I take. I look at my children, I look at my wife as my biggest motivation and my biggest teachers. Because I have to acknowledge my emotions so that I can be the best version of myself for them. You know how hard it is to hold back your emotions from all the things that you've been scarred from as a child. I watched my mom be in destructive relationships. I watched my dad be explosive and destructive. So when it comes to my wife or my children, I have to hold back my emotions and be in control of them. Meaning, like, for example, my dad used to abuse me. And I forgive him now, but I never understood why he did the things that he did. But the more older that I get, and age is just a concept or a construct, but the wiser that I get, the more that I take steps upon this spiritual journey, I realized that my dad was just scarred and he was just repeating the things that he went through or that he was taught. So my thing is this, is that like with those lessons that you learn as a child or the things that was placed upon you as a child, the older you get, if you don't acknowledge them and break them, you're going to repeat the same pattern. A lot of people are, uh, I guess, victims or doing fucked up things or living a fucked up lifestyles because that's all they know. But in that situation, you got to search for better. You got to want better. You got to want to be a better version of yourself. You got to want to be better than your parents. And like We have to learn to admit that our parents were wrong. Your daddy didn't have all the answers. Your mama didn't have all the answers. Where I'm at, I'm able to like speak to my parents as an equal and tell them when they're wrong, tell them certain things that I may disagree with. Some people, they accept their parents' messages as like bond, as the last word, and some things I just disagree with. A lot of that stuff created insecurities within myself. Insecurities that I was afraid to address. And I feel like it put me or prolonged my journey of happiness. At times I used to hate myself. At times I used to hate my life. At times I used to hate everything that loved me. I didn't understand the things that I was going through. I didn't understand why I was struggling. I didn't understand why I was in so much pain. But the more that I prolong, the more that I realize that it's part of the journey. When you chosen, when you a leader, when you a natural born leader, you got to go through the trials and tribulations. And if you don't take acknowledgement of those trials and tribulations and learn how to better yourself, you're going to repeat them. And you're going to pass them down to your children, and they going to have to go through them. My insecurities got so deep that I started inflicting pain on myself purposely. I started tearing myself apart. And I tell, like, I've spoke about this like little by little, but I used to tap my skin just because I was insecure. Just because I wanted to feel superior in some type of way. Because the environment that I was around, or the environment that I was in, or the people that I surrounded myself around, I wanted to prove to them that I was superior. Somebody once told me is that the loudest person in the room is usually the weakest. I used to think that a masculine man was a man that was loud and he had to insert his dominance or enforce his dominance. But to be honest, I realized that's just a nigga with mommy issues and daddy issues. It's a nigga who's insecure. It's a man who's insecure, I may say. A masculine man is somebody who don't even have to say that they're masculine. A masculine man doesn't have to force things. A masculine man is reserved. So a lot of people like, you know, a man is this, a man is that. Fuck all that shit. A leader leads by example in the front. And I'm going to be the example every time. If I make a mistake, I'm man enough to say that I made a mistake. When I was talking about insecurities, I used to look in my mirror and point out all my flaws. Oh, I'm this way. My teeth is fucked up. My stomach is fat. I'm light-skinned. All this bullshit ass constructs trying to fit in with y'all and make the world happy. That shit never made me happy. But then I realized that I had to start loving myself. I had to start saying things to myself. Like, yeah, like a lot of people don't realize that words are powerful. Everything you say is a spell, is magic. Believe it or not, when you say I love you, a person instantly feels loved. When you say I hate you, a person instantly feels like you hate them. So when you speak to yourself, when you say I'm fat, when you say I'm ugly, when you say I'm this, your body naturally reacts. It does. You have to learn to love yourself. You have to learn to speak and use your magic to help you to uplift yourself. When we talk about manifesting things, it starts with the words. It starts with understanding the words that you are speaking. Everything in nature, if you think about everything in the world, it started off as a dream and then it was spoken and then it was put into motion. Everything from cars to iPhones to all technology. It was just a dream before, but as soon as it had been spoken and then put it into motion, it became real. But back to what I was saying is like with insecurities, no one is going to strengthen you. No one is going to give you that body that you want. No one is going to put you in that position except for you. It's only up to you. You can pray as much as you want. You can ask God. You can do all this extra shit. You can get baptized. You can go to church every Sunday. But at the end of the day, if you don't take authority within yourself, it's never gonna happen. With my spiritual identity, I realized that I strive to be different. I was meant to be different. I was meant to question everything. I was meant to break the constructs. A lot of people get offended when I challenge things, when I ask questions about the things that they try to place upon me. I can't identify as religion because I feel like I've separated myself from God, from everything around me. I can't take on a construct because I feel like it makes me less of what I am. We so busy trying to please people. We so busy trying to entertain the world that we lose our own identity. I don't want that for myself. I don't want to live all these years and end up dying and never know who I truly was. Not only that, I don't even want my family to not know who I truly was. I want to be myself at all times. Spiritual identity. Understanding your spirit that operates your flesh. You are not your flesh. Your name was given to you by your parents. You didn't choose that name. But you're the spirit that operates the flesh, the avatar, inside this 3D existence. When I speak like this, a lot of people may not understand. This is a construct. This is a matrix. You are inside of a matrix. Your spirit is inside of your flesh, inside of the world, inside of a state, inside of a room, so on and so forth. They're all constructs. They're all matrices. Anytime you walk in a room, your personality changes to fit the room. It's a construct. Once you understand the world and how things operate, you'll stop taking things so serious and stop identifying as situations. You're not fat. You're not ugly. You're not tall. You're not short. You're God. Start believing in yourself. Start uplifting yourself. And the things that you did in the past, don't beat yourself up about it. Forgive you. And the 4 agreements, one of the things that stuck with me was always do your best. You could fail today, but be better tomorrow. That's what that means. You got to keep going. You got to keep striving for better. You got to strive to be a better version of yourself. Every day is an opportunity to reinvent yourself. One of the craziest things that I ever heard somebody say that was true was that the reason why people don't lose weight is because they're lazy. It's a fact. If you want to change, you got to stop being lazy. If you want anything to progress in your life, you got to stop being lazy. You are a powerful being. You're charged by God. Your soul is connected to God. Forgive yourself. Love yourself. Empower yourself. I used to be scared of this. I used to be scared of being in a position because I felt like people were going to judge me based upon the things that I've done in the past. Yeah, I done fucked up shit. Yeah, I didn't cheated, I didn't lied, I didn't stole, I didn't rob people, I didn't done fucked up shit, but guess what? That's not me. That's not me who I am today. Today I represent God. Today I represent the world. Today I represent nature. Today I represent all. If you don't understand me, forgive me. But I won't change. I won't be broken. I won't be anything but me. When it comes to understanding God, it's only between me and God, and you and God. You can't place your beliefs on me and expect me to identify as that. I can't. I realized that church was a cult. I realized that a pastor was a middleman. I realized that all these things, something came before, so I went beyond it. I'm not bashing nobody for the beliefs, so don't bash me for mine. I know my relationship is with God, the Almighty Creator, the Creator of all. And my job here is to just love my life, love myself, love the world, love my existence. If you spending your time bashing somebody based upon their beliefs, then you're not loving. You're not even loving yourself. Because if you loved yourself, you would be more focused on your relationship with God and not someone else's. I'm not perfect. I don't need to be. I don't want to be. Because if I was perfect, then I wouldn't be able to speak to you the way that I'm speaking to you now. For a lot of people who are searching for like methods and ways to like get to this point, there's so many things that you could do, but it ain't gonna work unless you do it yourself. I don't want to be the middleman to your spiritual journey. Seek it upon yourself. There's a lot of people in this spiritual community that be lying. They be lying about, you could do this and I'll sell you this and I'll sell you that, man. You could buy anything that I'm here to sell, but I'll be honest. If it's not serious to you, if it's not valuable to you, don't worry about it. What Kevin Gates say? He said, if you're looking for a microwave blessing, it won't happen. A quick fix to spirituality is not going to work. This is not something that happens overnight. It's a journey. Keep on searching. Keep on striving to be you. Search for your spiritual identity. Search for who you were in the life before this. Who are you on a higher existence? And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the spiritual realm. Don't be afraid of your spiritual ancestors. Don't be afraid of angelic beings. Don't be afraid of any of that. Nothing can harm you unless you allow it. All I can say is that I've been through a lot of shit. And I may continue to go through a lot of shit, but before I used to be why me, now I'm thankful it's me every time. Because I'm going to share the message. As soon as I get through it, I'm going to make sure that I share it with people. But this is episode 10. If you like this message, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your friends and family, and set a reminder for the next episode that comes out. The book I recommend, man, the book I recommend is The Way of the Superior Man. It teaches you about energy, understand masculine and feminine energy, knowing that we have both. And once you understand that you are a masculine being and a feminine being, you have understanding of you. And the quote, is save yourself. Don't wait for nobody else to save you because it'll never happen. Save yourself. Big swim. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. My vibration got too damn high. I got stuck in the clouds.
the clouds.